The 2025-26 Isuzu UTE A-League season kicked off with a bang when Sydney FC travelled to Cooper Stadium to face Adelaide United. New Reds boss Ayrton Andrioli was looking to make a strong start to the campaign, whilst Ufuk Talay's men are expected to improve on last season's performance where they failed to make the finals. Adelaide were hoping the return of local hero Craig Goodwin could bring them success, while Sydney were looking to their new batch of international signings to make an immediate impact.
Kispe and Campuzano considered very good players. Here's a speedster down the right, Dylan Perias, the cross in, Craig Goodwin denied! Fantastic save from Devonish Mears. Already justifying his selection ahead of Gus Hoefsloot in the Sydney goal. Dizelle does well. De Cooley, the cross, back post. Kikianis was there. It's a second big save from Harrison Devonish Mears.
De Cooley hitting the ball beautifully.
Håkon Engsler with Joel King now. He looks up to measure the cross, back post, and it's Smith's. He's lost out to Lolly. Here's Campuzano. Shoots, but we'll need a little more behind it to beat Smiths from there.
And the more he gets in front of goal, the more he'll acclimatise.
Now, Campuzano, 3-on-3 for Sydney. Campuzano trying to bend it. Never really looked like testing Smiths once it left the boot.
It'll come.
Goodwin delivers. Oh, free header back post. And Ryan Kitto, just 30 seconds after he was denied, makes it count. A free header at the back post. Terrible defending from Sydney FC. And the first goal of the new season comes from the head of a veteran. De Cooley, it's a good run. Oh, it's a great finish. Ethan Allegich. He went and got the ball deep, found De Cooley, continued his run, and then beat Devonish Mears. All ends up at the near post. Midway through the second half, Adelaide are on their way. Clinical finish from Ethan Allegich. Oh, as Lolly has got the better of Kitto. Lolly with Grant. Grant shoots near post. Well, he saw Allegich's shot from close up. Thought maybe he'd try it himself. Comes back off the woodwork. Grant. Lolly. Joe Lolly squares it again. It's there to be hit. Quintal didn't fancy it first time, but they have a goal. Probably fittingly from the left boot of Joe Lolly. And with just over 4 minutes left, are we back on?
Well, games change the atmosphere completely, don't they? Harvey Norman replay. If there's a Sydney player who deserves something out of the night, it's Joe Lolly.
The final whistle means that it's the new era for Adelaide United that starts with 3 points and a victory under Ayrton Andrioli. In the end, Adelaide at home running out 2-1 winners over Sydney FC.
Brisbane Roar were hoping to get the Michael Valkanis era off to a winning start when they hosted Macarthur Bulls at Suncorp Stadium. The visitors had their sights set on extending their unbeaten streak against the Roar, which currently stood at 9 matches. Brisbane's squad had been strengthened with new signings including Bosnian midfielder Milorad Stajic and English striker Chris Long. Meanwhile, Milej Stajovski's side were hoping internationals Ji Dong-won and Anthony Caceres could make an immediate impression.
Here comes the corner. O'Shea to the back post. Klein was there and he couldn't quite will himself meaningfully onto the ball. He believes it should be another corner, but the ruling is a goal kick. Macarthur repelled from the penalty area. Sawyer, great centre forward play, albeit very deep in his defensive half, and that sets Economidis away. Economidis looking for Sawyer on the return ball. He goes to ground, and there was a header for Macarthur. Houston Salas marking Dean Bosniak in the middle, and it slides across the face. Late contact on Bratton, advantage given by the referee. Bratton's down in back play, but Economidis wants this attack to keep going, and he's been scythed down. And the first yellow card of the game does go to the youngster on debut, Luke Bratton on delivery. Oh, and a chance for Harry Sawyer. He didn't quite get the contact right. Now this is the cleverly worked set piece. Is that a handball? Adam Kersey points to the spot, and the veteran Luke Bratton has conceded a penalty kick. Can Philip Curto come up with the stop and keep Macarthur level? It's O'Shea for the Raw. And it's the Raw in front! Brisbane fans are smiling and jumping in the stands as Jay O'Shea gets the 25-26 season off to a perfect start. Brisbane 1, Macarthur 0. Caceres now. He's found a free header, and Dean Bosniak did not make the most of it. Here's Vidic. Through comes Randazzo. And Sawyer caught late. And Valkanis. If my maths is correct, it's his second yellow card. And that is going to change things for the Brisbane Roar. It is not the debut that 19-year-old Dimitri Valkanis wanted. Underlapping run from Grosjean was a good one. Bratton whips it in over the bar. Golden opportunity for Macarthur to draw level, and it's been spurned. Brisbane Roar salute on the opening night. The fans rewarded for their faith. And is the Roar coming back to Brisbane? And the fans will go home from Suncorp telling everyone who will listen about Brisbane Roar 1, Macarthur FC 0.
Defending champions Melbourne City kicked off their campaign by heading to CommBank Stadium to take on Western Sydney. The Wanderers were looking to the RBB for motivation as they hope to improve on their 4th place finish last season. New signings including Costa Barbarouses and Steven Ugarkovic have strengthened Alan Stajcic's squad, whilst Melbourne City unveiled their new signings including Takeshi Kanamori and Kosovo international Elbasan Rashani.
Press from the Western Sydney Wanderers, trying to force a mistake. Maybe they have. Angus Thurgate takes over, and Josh Brillante quick to turn. Borrello with a layoff. Silky smooth from the Wanderers, and he puts it just wide after the return ball from Ugarkovic was so nice and sets up a shot in the opening minute. Hayden Simmons allowed to drive. Now he's got Ugarkovic, first time ball. Borrello on the spin. And for the second time in quick succession, it's Ferreira making a block. The through ball here, Barbarouses! What an introduction to the Wonderland fans! Costa Barbarouses! It's taken 10 minutes for the red and black to strike first in 25-26. Long ball here, City looking for the answer. Caputo! Parody did not last long, and Max Caputo puts his flag in the ground. And this young striking talent has Melbourne City level in a matter of seconds. Now Borrello says enough of this, let's go chasing. Barbarouses joins in, and they have pressed very effectively. Here's Borrello! Good save! Beach able to turn it behind for a corner kick. And Brandon Borrello, the man who led the press, very nearly rewarded. Ball might be coming back in though. Kraev deflected down by Leckie. Thurgate through the chaos he steps. And the shot is saved away. Beach very good. Kraev blazes it over. Goes back initially, and then Božidar Kraev on the follow-up. Pass, can't find a gap. City looking to counter it at speed. Here's Quinn and Kanamori, first time shot, blocked away, good save by Lawrence Thomas. And that was nearly a goal on debut for Takeshi Kanamori. Here's Borrello, and even though Beach was well out of his line, and that thought would have been lurking in the back of Brandon Borrello's head for much of the game, he couldn't dip the long shot into the last minute of the 90. Thurgate, Fleur. Gabriel Clure looking for Thurgate. He got stuck in a 1-on-2. Ball extracted, swinging in. Qual up. And it bounces. And, well, a good grab by the goalkeeper, Beach. Gabriel Clure making a late run. Couldn't get there. Romani. Schreiber. Zane Schreiber goes for it. But it's right between the eyes for Lawrence Thomas. So a share of the points on the first Saturday afternoon of the Isuzu UTE A-League season. Costa Barbarouses scored on debut, but 1 minute and 57 seconds later, Max Caputo cancelled that goal out with an equaliser for Melbourne City. It's ended level at CommBank Stadium. Western Sydney Wanderers 1, Melbourne City 1.
It was a battle of the title contenders when last season's premiers Auckland FC travelled to Amy Park, hoping to get revenge for their semi-final loss against Melbourne Victory earlier this year. Arthur Dillies and Steve Corica have both been busy strengthening their squads in the off-season and were looking to start with all 3 points. The off-season focus for Melbourne Victory has been on the acquisition of Juan Mata, who did start on the bench for this game. However, they have also signed a number of exciting young Australian talents, including midfielder Denny Jonro. Meanwhile, Auckland were hoping Englishman Sam Cosgrove and Olyroos Lachlan Brook will be the key as they look to defend the Premier's plate.
Here it comes. Sakai's long throw. It's helped on, and Cosgrove did almost get on the end of it. Poke back in. Oh, spilt by Duncan, with Jesse Randall looking to pounce. He's got some tall timber to aim for there. Drives it in hard, near post. All the way across the face. Jackson with the bicycle kick. Appeals for a handball from Davidson. That one will be looked at by VAR. What an opportunity for Jesse Randall, I think it was. About 1.5 meters out from goal, who shot wide of the post.
Well, the delivery from Francois was expert, and it just came all the way through to him. How did he miss from there?
And Sarah comes inside, Santos back out. That's a good ball from Esposito for Valadon. Hooks it back post, Jelassic is there, great save, fouled. Brilliant stop from the Auckland keeper. Best chance of the match so far for Melbourne Victory.
It's a brilliant move. Arthur Dillis will be really happy. Did everything right apart from hit the back of the net.
That's a great ball from Sakai for Brook. He looks up, drives it in low and hard. Oh, Jesse Randall denied by a fantastic block from Seb Esposito. So the changes come, and it's Xavier Stella who is coming off for Juan Mata. Really good A-League debut from Stella. Keegan Jelassic is the other Victory player, making way for Matt Grimaldi. Juan Mata, a standing ovation for the Spaniard. Sakai, we know his quality. He looks for one of those raking, curling balls for Jesse Randall to chase. There is the Paramount Plus player index, Jake Brimmer, in his return to the starting 11 in Sarah, Verstrate, Davidson and John Rowe as Jesse Randall. Well, those sort of half chances around the edge of the area are what we've had most of in this contest, and no one has been able to produce that fantastic goal that comes from that kind of distance. It was billed as revenge for Auckland FC. Well, they may not have extracted their pound of flesh as we finish here at Amy Park. Melbourne Victory 0, Auckland FC 0.
After disappointing showings last campaign, both Perth Glory and Wellington Phoenix were desperate to start the new season off with a positive result. The Knicks went into the match unbeaten in Perth for more than 5 years and were looking to continue their streak in the latest edition of the Distance Derby. Meanwhile, Glory's new look squad included young striker Jaden Kaczarski and defender Brian Kaltak, whilst Wellington looked to new signings Ifeanyi Eza, Carlo Armiento and Canada international Mandrakar James to keep their impressive run going in Western Australia.
Paget poking it through. Kaczarski! What a start in the purple of the glory for Jaden Kaczarski.
Once the ball is laid into his path, he just lets it drop onto his foot and he just focuses on his technique.
Spitowski, he's had some silky touches. The high line again. It's causing carnage for Wellington. Kaczarski. Taggart! Oluwayemi Taggart! It's taken him 25 minutes to find the back of the net. We have goal. It's Taggart on target. Perth Glory in dreamland. 2-0 they lead Wellington. Nagasawa, neat little touch through, opens up for Armiento, spilled by Sutton and cleared away by Perth. So this is a better period. This time it's Nazarene, and it's Osler's header. Oh, and Sutton has just narrowly kept that from crossing the line.
Look at that for the last 10 minutes, 84% possession to Wellington.
Over the top versus Caltech, gets around him, Eze! Oh, what a debut for the Nigerian striker. First match in the A-League for the Knicks, he's also got his first goal.
Well, that is a really, really good finish from Eze. Really composed, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Payne, onto the left, Tim Payne, oh, Matt Sutton. He just flew over to Perth this week. And it's Payne with the early ball. Eze, was he felled illegally? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Because Carlo Armiento on A-League men's debut with Wellington Phoenix draws them back level from 2-0 down. It is 2-2 in the distance derby.
Well, how a game can swing.
A dramatic distance derby. Gee, it had just about everything. Full time here at HBF Park in the 55th distance derby in the Isuzu UTE A-League. Perth Glory 2, Wellington Phoenix 2.
Coming off the back of winning the Australia Cup earlier this month, new Jets coach Mark Milligan was looking to keep the momentum rolling when his side headed to Polytech Stadium to take on the Central Coast in the latest edition of the F3 Derby. Following the shock resignation of head coach Mark Jackson, interim Mariners boss Warren Moon was hoping to put the drama of the last week behind them. The standout recruit of the off-season for the Mariners, the Grey Wiggle Andrew Redmayne, was hoping for a winning return to the club which he joined for the first time since 2010, whilst Newcastle hoped Max Burgess and Oscar Fryer could carry on their form from the Australia Cup final.
It's a driving kick for Redmayne to punch clear, and Battleato, oh, that is a superb strike from Alex Battleato, fresh from the Under-20s World Cup. He's been doing it on the biggest stage internationally, and Alex Battleato now does it on the biggest stage domestically, the F3 Derby, and Newcastle lead 1-0. Vargas does well to keep it in, and Brantham now goes to ground, and this will be a penalty. Max Burgess can't believe it. He ruefully looks at his boots. Alfie McCalmont against James Delianov, and McCalmont makes no mistake from the spot. The Central Coast Mariners are back on level pegging. It's 1-1 in the derby as the Mariners celebrate in front of the Jets fans. Well, DiPizio picks up a loose ball, and Miggy DiPizio can make it 2-1. He does. All of a sudden, the F3 derby is turned on its head. And Miggy DiPizio Pizio has scored his 12th A-League goal, and the Central Coast Mariners lead in the derby 2-1. Here's Wilmering. Wilmering slips. Wilmering takes advantage. Bracco in front of him. Eli Adams. Oh, it's good defending again in the short term by the Mariners. Nathan Ball, but they can't keep Lockie Rose at bay. And the derby has come alive again. With just 10 minutes to play, Lockie Rose fires up those Jets fans. Fires up his teammates. Wilmering. Getting to the byline, cutting it back is Nunes, and then this is a penalty. Surely it is. Aquilina is brought down by Thea Harris from 12 yards. Andrew Redmayne saves. Badalano on the follow-up. It's Lockie Rose, and he puts it wide. Lockie Rose puts it wide after the grey turned teal wiggle. Comes up huge for his boyhood club. Quickly taken goal kick as well from Redmayne as they look to go up the other end. They might score here. Nico Duarte! The Central Coast Mariners will go on and win the F3 derby from one end to the other. It was jubilation for the Jets as Thea Harris gave away the penalty, but it was short-lived. And at the other end, the Mariners flock to Nico Duarte, the match winner for the Mariners. And finally, Sean Evans says that'll do. A pulsating F3 derby in Gosford. Andrew Redmayne drops to the turf and celebrates the Mariners. Have showed that just because others have written them off, they're not prepared to do so. Alfie McCalmont, Miggy DePizio and Nico Duarte on the score sheet. It has finished in Gosford. The Central Coast Mariners 3, Newcastle 2.
Central Coast sit top of the Isuzu A-League ladder after round 1 thanks to their dramatic late victory in the F3 derby, while Adelaide United and Brisbane Roar joined them on 3 points. Meanwhile, Newcastle Jets, Sydney FC and Macarthur Bulls sit at the bottom of the ladder. Join us next week for round 2, headlined by rival Sydney FC v Central Coast Mariners on Saturday night.